Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm there, darling. I should see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today. As we're what happened to the rest of that sentence there? We're relaxing as per usual. It's a weekend, Friday. Yeah, you know the drill, everybody. We got to get down on Friday. It's simply a must. Sorry, I don't know, I'm losing it. Yes. So, what are we going to talk about? I'm not really sure. We're still going to vibe it out. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll figure it out together. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Right now in Fawnhallow at 7:48 p.m. on Friday, April 10th, 2026. I'm just doing some recording now, and then I will head on over to my drawing. By head on over, I mean it's just in Discord, where I have a bit of a drawing club, as we call it, with some friends. But yeah. Well, what am I going to talk about then for 20 minutes until then? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm pondering, I'm thinking. Is anything sort of gacha gaming-wise to talk about? Not really, I don't think. I've got a good grandparent, Fuji Kisaki, though. So now I'm actually building a parent. And then, provided I get it done within the first half of this month, that will give me the last half of the month to build my aces for the next Champions Meet, and then I get to reuse them again for the next Champions Meet, thankfully. Natsuma Miss maybe. Have you other games? I've got up with a Honkai. Oh, you know, Honkai. this is an interesting sort of topic. Okay, sorry, I jumped ahead myself there. I finished a Honkai Star Rail main story quest. It's pretty good. I'm waiting to see like what the big punch is, I think, so far, because it feels like to me that these first two ones have been lots of setup of like interesting things. Like the first 4.0 quest was like, this is a premise. The 4.1 quest was like, now we're showing how it sort of ties into a wider world. I want to see what the big punches they got for 4.2, you know? So I'm enjoying it and having a good time. But Star Rail had they have like a preview patch or something where they basically show all the things which are coming in the next patch. The next patch is the anniversary patch, and they have a load of different things to celebrate it. But amusingly, they showed off what was meant to be like the biggest unveil for what was like, whoa, what's going to be the coolest thing for everyone to see. And I found out that apparently in the Chinese version they released an art photo book or something, but obviously they're not distributing outside of China, so the Western version was basically this competition that they've got, where the grand prize is you get a car which has like a skin wrap of one of the characters from Honkai Star Rail, or the main anniversary character in Honkai Star Rail, which is, I would say, not. I mean, it's kind of weird to think about, because it's like, I always think about what it is a grand prize, you know, a car, you know, luxury holiday, that sort of thing. I'm thinking back to like these game shows I used to watch when I was younger, on the television. I don't know why I said that so weirdly. But because that's always what the prize is, like, you want to win a car, or a luxury holiday in the Bahamas, or like £10,000. Stuff like that. Unless you're on Price is Right, where they just give you the absolute most insane random stuff possible. But I feel like, you know, a car's a pretty staple sort of like luxury game show sort of like prize item. And here they are advertising it as like, this is what you win. Now, for sure, there's no way if you are outside of China, you're going to win. And probably we might not even hear about the person who does win. But it does sort of strike me. That's particularly interesting. I don't own a car. I can't even drive. Mind you, I will learn at some point. It's just sort of like it's on my back burner. It's been on my back burner forever, probably. So that's not the most practical way I'm chasing it, I would say. I guess it's not as high priority for me at the moment. But I do at least have the reflection that I'm like, if I were to get a car, I'm not sure I'd be, you know, not really the type of person to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get like a car wrap of like an anime character on it. Like, I don't have anything against it, like from a conceptual standpoint, to be honest. My perspective on these sort of things is like, if that's what you want to do and that's what makes you comfortable, then by all means do so. Like, I don't really care, to be honest, how you choose to decorate your car, whether you have the most boring plain car in existence or you put the most maximalist decorations on for whatever reason, as long as it's appropriate, I guess. You know, I don't want to see absolutely just insane stuff. But you know, I'm gonna assume that we're all taking this one. But what's a phrase when it's like everyone's got like fair practice in? It's not the word I mean, but like everyone's being reasonable with this thought experiment. You can kind of do whatever you want, in my opinion. But honestly, I perhaps unsurprisingly to you, if you know how minimalistly I like things, I can't imagine I would ever put any sort of like car wrap or decal on my car or something. But yeah, I do find it interesting because I often see these things from time to time. People post on a car like this very Maximalist things, because obviously a lot of the hobby things I fall into obviously have a strong overlap with anime, or is an anime media property or something of that ilk, you know. Well, you can go, actually, it's not, because it's not in Japanese animation. And I was like, yes, okay, technically true, but you know that sort of subcategory. I'm using it not as its literal definition, but more as its umbrella term, I suppose. I suppose maybe you could say the art style or whatever. And I'm very much someone who, like, I don't want things. Weirdly, there's very few things I want decorated with media properties I like. I mean, like right now, like Genshin, Star Rail, stuff like that. I would never want, like, I shouldn't say never, maybe there's like a very specific opportunity, but I would not want like a t-shirt which has like my favorite character's face on or something like that. You know, some people are motivated by their favorite character. You know, she's like, I have a friend who she's very much about her Oshi character, shall we say, and I have nothing against that, but I don't know why I don't necessarily like that. It's like, yes, is this my favorite character? Yes. Do I like his media property? Yes. Do I want something representing it? No. And I don't know why. But there is a slight caveat to that. It's like, I don't mind if it's inspired by like a media property I like. The one thing I say is like, because Genshin, like, if you want to get me a Genshin related gift, I don't know why, but I'm using it as an example. Who's my favorite character in Genshin? It's Xinyun, or Cloud Retainer. Who's my second favorite character? Dea. Who's my third favorite character? Shilonen. These are all characters I like a lot. If you were to buy me a gift, never buy me like a t-shirt with one of these characters like faces on it or something. I'm gonna be like, obviously I'm gonna be like, oh wow, thanks, you know, this is my favorite character, because, you know, I know how to socially interact and accept a gift. But I will be like, wow, I'm probably not going to wear this. That's brutally honest, and I don't really mind saying it because I think all my friends know this. I think it's always a very dangerous thing, because I really like fashion and clothes. Like, I think it's always very, very scary buying someone a gift for something that they know a lot more about than you do, right? My friends have bought me one thing, one clothing item before, but this one I actually did kind of like, because it's, for one thing, they chose a very good clothing item to buy, which was a crew neck jumper, which is a very casual type of clothing. So it's not something I really wear out, it's something I wear to be comfortable. And it has a Gretzko on, who is a very minimalist character in the first place. But I won't lie and say that it's probably been a thing for my friends to learn. You know, I still feel kind of bad about it, but like my friend way back, I don't even remember when, I think it was like in year 9 or something, like I really like Love Live, the anime, and then he bought me like a wallet or something, or like, yeah, like a wallet, which basically had all the Love Live characters on, super extremely maximalist. And, you know, back in the day I was even more like Ice Queen robotic, I suppose, and I just sort of like went, oh, thanks. I never used it. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. But yeah, that sort of thing, I'm just like, I mean, he would know now, and he also rips it, just being like, I can't believe you never used that gift I gave you. And I'm just like, you know, that but also very much not my style or pattern or aesthetic at all. And it's a very interesting thing, because you obviously want to be thankful for gifts, right? Because it's nice to, you know, receive a gift from someone's been thinking about you outside of the whatever sort of their life, right? They're an important part of your life that you took up enough of their time that they went to get you a gift. But at the same time, it's also like, at the same time, it's sometimes quite challenging to get gifts for people, right? You want to make sure that if you get a gift for someone, you get a good gift for someone, or something that they actually like. And I feel like it's not always something that I've always, you know, landed a remark on. But I certainly feel like nowadays I'm actually pretty decent at giving gifts. But yeah, I think it certainly helps that the people I give gifts of, people I've known for a decent amount, so I have a pretty good idea of like what sort of things they like and what sort of things they don't like, you know. Have I always hit the mark? No, not really. I'll be honest. Like, this is a self-reflection one. And there was one time we bought a gift for a friend, and because he was starting to get more into street fashion, I was like, okay, let's, like, I'll facilitate this. I'll get you like this sort of like bomber jacket thing. It's like sort of plain white bomber jacket. It's very sort of like easy to match with anything, you know, or maybe it's like slightly stone grey. I can't remember off the top of my head. And then, but looking back now, I'm just like, even if that is like a good choice for something which is street fashiony because it is like flexible, I know him well enough. Like, he likes really maximalist design. He likes things which are sort of punchy in your face or like cool patterns. I would get something different even if it would be like less flexible or something. It's sort of like, you know, you got to understand the situation. He still wears it from time to time, so I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, the point of what I'm saying is I'm not really the type to have these like Maximalist decals or something. So I mean, I entered into the competition because I'm just like, there's some other things which are kind of cool on there. Like, they have like cross collaboration clothing, which that is the type of thing I like. Because Genshin do this thing which frustrates me to no end, that it only is in China. But they do. Obviously, they do merch with, like, you know, people's base on very explicitly this character, and I'm like, okay, that's not really my thing. But they often do these cross collaborations with other fashion brands where they do fashion items and clothings inspired by the character. So like use their color palette, or sometimes use a bit of their like shape language in their clothes. And I'm like, these look so good every time because their focus burst is being fashionable clothing just inspired by a character. And I'm like, I wish this was available in the UK. I would absolutely eat that up. Because that's the way I'd like to engage with it. It'd be like, the first priority is it fulfills the purpose that I bought it for. In this case being regular sort of clothing, flexible clothing, which I can wear, mix and match and stuff. But then the secondary is like something which is maybe not as immediately obvious, which is sort of like, if you know, you know, but boom, it has a relation to something I like. Let me see if I can find some Genshin clothing collab. And it's sort of just like a, dang, why are none of these in the UK? This one, Wanderer themed pants at £73. It's huge. Like this Hu Tao like overcoat jacket. That's so cute. This jacket dress, because they make it so minimalist. You know, it's obviously her colour, like with these sort of browns. Which actually she doesn't even wear browns. I think she wears like dark browns. This is like a sort of mocha brown. But it's so cute. And it's like, yes, I would want this. But how much does it cost? Actually, this isn't. I'm guessing this is a dropship sort of store, which you can buy things and then it forwards them on. Because it's very expensive. But like, yeah, it's a simple thing, this Wanderer themed one, and it's just a shirt. It's just like, first and foremost, it's a shirt, and it basically seemingly has no relation to Wanderer. I was like, yeah, so that's awesome. But yeah, it's because you just like look at it plainly, and if you know the character Genshin, like even if you know the character from Genshin Hu Tao, you might not make an immediate connection, apart from the butterfly on the back maybe. But it's just like, it just looks like a formal shirt with some nice sort of simple pattern across one side, and then like a bolo tie. So that's what I live for. Anyway, so I guess this is the one I remember, the Ganyu themed cardigan. Because I'm just like, the colours of this are so appealingly nice. I'm not too big a fan of a massive, it's not a massive logo, but just like the logo so explicitly being like Ganyu. But I'm willing to sort of see past that, you know. I'm just like, it looks so cute. That's what I do. If I had a popular multimedia franchise, this is what I would want to do. Oh my gosh, if it's Kazuha themed hoodie, I remember this one as well. It's so good. It's like an interesting shape, which I don't know what it's called, but it's when the hoodie basically looks like it's a t-shirt on top of a normal long sleeve shirt. So, you know, I guess Y2K sort of feeling. But they see it like with this sort of like fake layering pattern, but it has like these autumn leaves across the front. Oh, I gotta like figure out what that type of like neck is called. I think, is it like called a cow neck? That's not really a cow neck. I don't know what it is, to be honest. I wish I was like just like a fashion dictionary. It would be like, this is every single type of neckline you can see on a clothing item, and this is what it's called and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the stuff I want. But it's a shame that it's not accessible. It's never released in the UK, I don't think. It's on Amazon? That can't be right. Because it's like, yeah, this is what, if you look at Genshin merch and it's just like, oh yeah, it's a black hoodie and it has a massive picture of Kazuha on it, on the back. It's like, it's fine, but like, that's not what I want. Or it's massive one with Zhongli on the front. This one's straight up a cosplay. I didn't realize you could buy cosplay outfits on Amazon. That's kind of crazy. Wait, actually, this one's kind of sick. It's a bathing suit themed after them. There's no way it looks this good in real life, to be honest. Well, that's the sort of thing where it's like, if, you know, if they just made like a proper like quality version of that, and I could buy it, and I'd be like, yes. Genshin Impact Shop, is this an actual thing? Because I think a lot of what these ones do is that they order it from like China or whatever, then they ship it off. Oh no, this is like a Redbubble sort of thing where it's like they get prints and they put it on. Anyway. If you want to look up the car, sorry, like I got really distracted. You can be like Silver Wolf car. Probably you'll be able to see it. No, Silver Wolf 999. Yeah, there you go. It's extremely, extremely maximalist. If you want it, if you want to win it, by all means, you know, go ahead. I'm not trying to throw shade and being like, oh, how could you like something like this? It's cringe. I don't think that's cringe. Be cringe, be free, as they say. If that's what you want, if that's what you want to drive around in, own it, I say. But I'm very much not the type to do anything. Like this is definitely way too far. I'm trying to even think what patterns I would put on. Because I had a friend who basically put like racing stripes on his car once. Not like a huge, he just put like one which went down the middle, one over the top, and down the back. And I was like, you know, fair enough. Like, I don't think it looks bad, but it's not something I would want to have, you know? Because I think, you know, people see like this anime decal car thing and they'll immediately go cringe, cringe, cringe or something. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't find it that cringe. Like, I mean, your mileage may vary, I suppose. Because obviously, it definitely, you have some impressions of it. And if you saw like I don't know, if you saw your lawyer turn up in that car, you'll probably have unfair maybe judgments, which as humans, we cast unfair judgments, I think, all the time, whether subconsciously or consciously. Which is a hard sort of muscle to override, because you make judgments to try and make shortcuts in the world of how you understand things. It's how you sort of relate to things. It's how you can, you make connections from one similar situation to another, right? But the long and short of what I was saying is basically that, like, if you want to do it, by all means, you know, you should be unabashedly you, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, right? So if that's the sort of car and decoration you want, you should go for it, I think. I think you probably can get a lot of sort of like interesting and cool car looking decals. I can appreciate the artistic merit, but I don't know. I don't know what in my brain has just been like, everything I like is much more minimalist. But saying that, I am wearing a hoodie, which is a bit, I wouldn't quite say it's maximalist, but it does have a very certain aesthetic and design. But I think it's because it's the whole piece together cohesively as one. I don't know. There's just that, the little worm in my what? The little voice in my brain just being like, just keep everything minimalist. That's what you like. So, who knows? Anyway, on that note, I'm going to round this episode off here. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.